I have this tendency to always want to silver lining these stories and say, oh, I felt like this and it was really hard, but then this happened and now it's all better. I wanted to challenge myself to have whole songs where I sit in a feeling to let things just be a little harder and not have to like caveat it. I think Imposter Syndrome is one of the best examples of that. There's no arc to it. There is no lesson learned. Sitting in the theme of insecurity and just letting that be the song. Imposter Syndrome started with this line that came to me that is, in retrospect, so dramatic, and it's kind of like hilarious, but I have it jotted down in a note and in a voice memo, and it was, I wouldn't know friendship if it stabbed me through the fucking chest. And so it started off with that popped into my head, and then I was like, okay, sit down at the piano and figure out some chords. And so this was the chord progression I was kind of working with, and so I knew the verses would be like, I wanted there to be just like so many vocal stacks in this song. I wanted it to feel like every voice that you've ever heard inside your head and outside of your head, everyone in your life is telling you over and over again, like, you're not good enough, you don't fit in. I wanted it to just feel like overwhelming. Ooh. Everybody's watching and everybody's watching and everybody's watching and I wouldn't know friendship if it was knocking down my door. I start to sound like someone that I don't know. And I wanted it to sound like a million people screaming that at you at the same time. So I have like over 40 vocals for these sections. I wouldn't know friendship if it saved my life when I'm low. This is where you just get lost in here for hours. I wouldn't know friendship if it laid me out on the floor. Imposter syndrome got me dancing alone. I knew that I wanted there to be a lot of synth sounds here, and so I started looking for synth sounds and pretty quickly found this one, which I love. Individual kick sounds. Then I had all the drums tracked, and so then I recorded myself playing this synthesized bass live underneath the drums. So like this. We layer all of the synths. It smells like this. And then we want this to the high end to be out. And then slowly come back in here. With some processing. Another one I loved is this brass synth here. Something else that I wanted to experiment with was having a disparity between the message of the song and how the song sounds sonically. So if you listen to the song, you might just be like, this is a pop song, this is surface level, this is synthesizers. So you get this quality of dissonance where you're like, this is really fun to listen to and sounds like everybody's having a great time. But if you pay close attention, like under the surface, it's something that's really hard. And then I thought I can put this all the way in the back behind the chorus where nobody would even really hear it. So I did a ton of EQ, took out all the low end, took out all the high end. So consciously you'll never even hear it, but it's in the back, just adding this extra layer. It's human, but it's almost like disembodied. It's like this thing that you're like, this is me, but it's not really me. The last little bit that I wrote for Imposter Syndrome that like ties it together is the da 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 da. And it sounded so like circular, and it's like repetitive, and it's so simple. Like it literally just kind of traces its way around the tonic and comes back to it. And it feels like a loop, like you're stuck on a loop. And to me, it just sounded like when you feel stuck in your head about something and you're just like, your brain is on a loop, you keep saying the same things over and over to yourself. And I was like, this sounds like what I want this song to feel like. I don't know what I want, I only know what you want from me. Then the first several songs that I wrote were about this feeling of playing it cool. The story arc is that you can't do it. Playing it cool is a bad idea. The album is about that feeling. So I think I'll just head home. I start to sound like someone I don't know. Everybody's watching and I wouldn't know friendship if it was knocking down my door. Imposter syndrome got me dancing alone with everyone I know.